Hey, I wanted to pop on because I had a really cool conversation with my dear friend the other day about what happens when we touch spirit, what happens when we begin to wake up. I've talked about this before, but it's always worth kind of bringing it up again when it comes up in conversation because it's important to know. And it's something that comes up quite a lot with my trainings with people, whether it's in the ministry or the one-on-one trainings or the classes. What happens is we start to open up and connect and touch divine spirit and get in touch with what we're capable of, and then kind of left to go from there. But I just want to talk about sort of the three things that I feel like I've identified that has happened to me in cycles as I have awoken to spirit, as I have become more comfortable and more open and more aware of my own gifts, and what I've seen happen for students, people who I've been working with and helping them tap into their own gifts. And the first thing that happens is elation. Wow, cloud nine, amazing, empowerment. Look what I'm capable of. And you are, and even so much more than that. I did about a year in an AA program when I ran into some trouble with my drinking. And one of the things they talked about when I first got there was the pink cloud syndrome, where when you first get to AA and you get sober and you're like, oh my God, everything is wonderful, you're on a pink cloud. And of course the crotchety old timers will say, it'll never last, it'll all go to hell again soon, but I don't quite agree with that. But it's true that when we touch spirit, when we get in touch with our spirituality and come back home to ourselves, and in our work with our intuition development and tapping in, that's what happens is we're really coming home to ourselves. We feel elation. We feel like we're on top of the world. Nothing could ever go wrong again. And then what happens is the pendulum swings. It does. Unfortunately, it goes the other direction. But what's happening on a spiritual level is you're cracking open. You're touching divine spirit in a way that you never have before. And so what's coming up is your shadow shit. The things that have been holding you back. And that can look like any different number of things for different people. It can look like anxiety. That's a big one for me. It can look like doubt in yourself or feeling of worthlessness. It can look like a withdrawing, a fear, wanting to quit. I can't do this. I won't do this. Maybe it's all bullshit. I'm making it up. Whatever it is. The stuff, the shadow stuff that has been holding you back, anything that you have not been able to look at square in the face and really churn through and dig underneath it, not get rid of it. Our shadow is an important part of ourselves. So it's part of your superpower too, which you discover as you move along. But to anything that hasn't been churned in and dealt with and looked at and really embraced, that's going to come up for you. And the reason it's going to come up for you is because spirit is coming in to clear it away. Clear the bullshit, clear it out, and make a home, a divine home inside your vessel to be able to come through and to be of service to humanity, to be of service to mankind. So the pendulum has to swing extremes before it comes into balance. And you see this globally. You see this with a lot of the movements that we have seen throughout the ages, where, we go from sort of one extreme of rigidity to another extreme of openness, and then whoom, it eventually comes back down to center. So that's your own personal spiritual pendulum swinging. Wow, we've broken free. Everything is wonderful. Crash. Oh my God, everything is horrible. And then you'll keep doing this ebb and flow a little bit for a while until you balance out. And when you find that balance, it's not a boring place to be. It's a beautiful place to be, because then you can really integrate all pieces of yourself and live from a place of, how do you describe it? I mean, it's something that most of us touch and probably don't live there all the time, seeing as we're human and we got that whole, up and down piece to deal with, and that's okay. But a place of peace, a place of acceptance. And when you get to that place of acceptance and peace and acceptance of who you are and what you are and everything in you and everything that's going on around you, that's when you find your true power, your true superpower, and when you open up beyond your wildest dreams. So if you have any questions, drop a comment, let me know. Would love to answer them. Love you to death. Thanks for coming on and watching.